All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right. Today's guest is a 1,000 point scorer and alumni at Cranston East. He is currently playing basketball at Johnson Wales University. He is Aireus Raspberry. Aireus, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing really well, man. How have you been?
I've been doing well, just staying in the gym, focusing on school, staying healthy.
That's the most important thing. How are you holding up during these weird times with everything that's going on?
I'm holding up well. Like I said, I don't really have too much of a life. So I'm super focused on basketball and school right now.
That's good. That's really good. Now, is your season put on hold or is it going? Or like what's going on with your season?
As of right now, it's canceled, but my coach is trying to find us some games.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Hopefully you
Yeah,
guys can get.
hopefully he can.
I know. I hope so. I hope you guys can. Hopefully, I will be able to catch a game if you guys are able to get into some games or get something going.
No.
It'd be nice. But Aries, I want to start before we get into your college season at Johnson Wales. How did you get into basketball?
I was pretty much born around it. As far as I can remember, I was playing basketball at St. Matthew's Church in Cranston. It's about 5 minutes from my house. So my dad coached, my brother coached. I mean, my brother played there. We went to school there as well. So I was born around it.
Wow, that's crazy. Was there a player that you grew up idolizing?
Um, Idolizing once I got really into basketball was Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose, and that's
Yeah, but I
my
wouldn't say he's the reason why I play basketball.
yeah. Was there like, did you like want to try to like model your game after him or?
No, because I'm not athletic. And when I really got into basketball, he was at the top of the game, and my game was nothing like his.
Yeah. Derrick Rose was. It's great to hear someone give Derrick Rose an answer because he was such a great player when he first like came into the NBA and how
Sure,
explosive he was and just like
for
his
sure.
player, and it was great to see him actually have some good games with Minnesota and see him come
Yeah,
back a little bit. I feel bad. It's one of those great what could have been stories.
right.
Yeah. Now, are you and your brother competitive when you play basketball with each other?
Uh, we haven't played in a long time. We
No.
we were competitive, but we haven't played in a long time.
Is that because you beat him too much, or does he stop playing?
Nah, he just grew out of it, I guess.
Did
He's
he?
way too out of shape.
I feel his pain. I feel his pain. But what was growing up playing and everything, like what was your time like going to Cranston East and playing at Cranston East?
Cranston East was the best time of my life. Playing there was the best time of my life. I've gained so much respect from my city, my peers in school, my teachers, my coach. Obviously, it was the best time of my life.
That's awesome. That's great. And what did it mean to you to be a 1,000 point scorer for Cranston East and kind of solidify yourself in Cranston East basketball history?
What it meant to me, it meant everything to me because that's a huge goal that I wanted to accomplish. But once before I knew I was gonna get it eventually, but that wasn't my main focus. My main focus was showing the whole state that my teammates and I were the best in the state. But things happen. We came up short, but I did end up getting it, and that night was a blessing.
That's awesome. Do you still have the game ball from that at all, or do you have any?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
it's upstairs in my room. It's nice.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And I saw a little bit of a documentary too on you that you had put out on YouTube, leading up to that 1,000 score point moment. What was that documentary about? Like, how did you come up with that idea to put that together?
So the documentary came about me and one of my best friends, Melvin.
Mhm.
Um, he videography it's a passion for him. So he was like, "Yo, let's cook something up," and I'm like, "Let's do it," because I feel like I have a story behind my career, my success, and I wanted others to see it.
That's awesome. That's great. I know it was really cool to watch You were getting in the gym so early in the morning, working on your jump shot,
Yeah,
working on your game. It says a lot about you as a player and just how much hard work you put into achieving a goal and stuff like that. Of just like trying to become a great player and be a great player in a state and help your team win to a state championship as well.
right.
Yeah, it was cool, man. I like really respected that. And
Thank you.
what was it like? Any memories or any favorite games that you have playing at Cranston East?
Um, I would say my last game at Cranston East when we lost to North Kingston in the semifinals. That would be the most memorable for me.
Now, why is that?
It definitely made me more hungry, more humble. It showed me on different aspects of my game where I had to work on because by that time, my senior year, I had no idea where I was going for school because I was trying to go to prep school. I wasn't trying to go to college the next year.
Mhm.
So that game taught me a lot in what I had to work on.
That's great. And what was like one thing that kind of stuck out to you that you might have had to work on or that you really wanted to achieve and become better at?
Um, Becoming a better shooter, becoming a better leader. I feel like in high school I wasn't taught how to be a leader, so I felt like I really had to improve that coming into college
Mhm.
because all they did was play zone against me because I wasn't well of a shooter.
Yeah.
So that's that's one thing. I think that would be the main thing: being a better shooter and being a better leader.
That's and one of those things that you after learning those things possibly you need to work on the most. How did you learn like uh crap, how am I saying this? How did you learn to like improve those?
Well, consistency for my shooting ability, just being consistent in the gym all throughout the summer and throughout college, it's shown my past season and my game now. And being a leader, I have one of the best coaches in the world. I feel like right now at Johnson and Wales, and he's taught me a lot on how to be a leader. And I had a great captain last year, Brian Hogan Gary. So shout out to them too, for sure.
That's awesome. That's great. That's really great, and that's great that you keep learning. And are you a lefty?
Yeah, I'm a lefty.
What's the best part about being a lefty?
Well, a lot of people don't know that everything I do is with my right hand. Even some of my coaches, like they feel like, oh, my strong hand's my left hand, but my strong hand is my right hand. I just shoot left-handed.
How did that come about? If that's like your strong, was it just like you saw someone shooting left-handed, or is that just natural how it feels? Or
No, I'm gonna tell you how it is. It's kind of crazy. So in preschool, my preschool teacher, she wanted me. I mean, my mother wanted me to be a right-handed writer, but she was trying to teach me how to use my right hand, but my handwriting was so sloppy and it didn't look comfortable to her. So she told me to try writing with my left hand, and I wrote my name out with my left hand, and it was like a lot neater, and I felt a lot more comfortable. So I guess that's how I became left-handed. But everything I do with sports, I punch right-handed. Everything I do is right-handed.
that's so interesting. So you're right hand dominant, but you shoot left-handed.
Yeah,
That's
yep. Because everything I was doing as a kid, I would try to eat right-handed. I would try to write right-handed, like I said. I guess that made me right hand dominant, but
that's really interesting. So have you ever like just tried to shoot a shot with your right hand? Like I'm sure you have, but
all
like
the time,
yeah.
all the time. Yeah, all the time.
Does it like feel more comfortable? Well, obviously lefty is more comfortable, but
No, it doesn't feel more comfortable, but you can tell it's like I'm not comfortable with it, but I'm comfortable with it at the same time. You know what I mean?
yeah. I know what
Yeah,
you're saying. That's
yeah.
that's so funny. That's interesting.
I have a form, I have the shot, like the wrist, everything's there.
Really?
It's just ugly. It's just ugly.
That's I mean that's great that you can still like have the form and everything like that. It's just
Yeah,
we'll look past the ugliness of it, right?
yeah.
So how did you decide to go to JWU?
Um, Honestly, I knew the coach there for a very long time. Both of my coaches actually. They used to assist the guy who runs Camp Arrow, Calvin Jones.
Mm-hmm.
They used to come in as like guest speakers and like put us through drills. And my coach he's a great shooter. Like I've never seen anything like it. But that's one reason I already had a relationship with them before getting there. My second reason probably be it's close to home. You know, I didn't really have too many schools looking at me coming out of high school, but I think Johnson and Wales will put me in the right direction to be a professional athlete when I graduate eventually. So that's the main reason why. He's known to, produce pros. And another big reason is Lamont Thomas.
Yep.
Shout out to him for sure. He was like one of our idols growing up as kids because he was a professional basketball player and born and raised in Providence. So, and he went to Johnson and Wales. So he definitely has an impact in that.
Definitely. Lamont, I remember Lamont Thomas when I went to Johnson Wales. He was
Yeah.
playing at the time, and he was a prolific scorer. I remember he was averaging like well in the 30s almost every game. Every time I looked at the box score, it was just unbelievable. But that's great that you chose JWU, and I'm sure they're very happy to have you. And I know being an alumni, I'm excited that you're a part of the JWU community and at the school, and looking forward to what you're going to do for them. Is there a game like last year that really stuck out to you for your first year?
I'd say my first game of the year. It was such a different level, like playing from Cranston East to now.
Yeah.
The physicality was different, the speed. It was so precise. Like that definitely stuck out to me. I knew I was playing at a different level, and on top of that, I also did well for my first game.
That's great. And what adjustments do you make for that speed though? Like how do you like adjust to that, or like how do you settle yourself down?
Honestly, I don't really adjust because I've been playing with high level guys all my life,
Yeah.
all my high school career. But and the physicality wasn't too bad because I'm pretty strong. I'm a pretty strong kid, so
Yeah.
I didn't really adjust to it too well. I mean, too differently.
Okay, that makes sense. That's good though. But that's great that your first game it sticks out to you the most and just kind of sticks with you now. And what do you look forward to next season or the upcoming season with, granted, with everything that's going on with COVID?
As far as like my team and our goals,
Yeah.
I would say definitely showing my leadership role. Really just getting back on track because Johnson and Wales, out of the 21 years my coach has been there, he's never missed the playoffs. But my freshman year, we missed the playoffs. So my biggest goal is to get us back on track.
I like it. I like it a lot. Well, I'm excited for you to be at JWU and help bring JWU to a championship and put them back on the map, get them back in the playoffs.
Sure.
Aireus, I want to ask some questions that are just outside of basketball, just more for the listeners to get to know you and what know like. Favorite NBA team?
I don't have one.
You don't have one. Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose is my favorite player.
That's it.
But a team I really wanted to go far last year was Portland because Damian Lillard is also one of my other favorite players.
Damian Lillard is like one of mine too. He's so nasty. Just such a great.
Yeah, he's a monster.
That's that different like level too of like his like attitude and the scoring and everything like that. I just like them.
For sure.
He's a great player. MJ or Kobe, or MJ or LeBron, sorry, or Kobe.
You want me to list them like best to?
Yeah,
I can't even say best to least because they're all crazy good. But I would say MJ, Kobe, LeBron.
Okay, MJ, Kobe, LeBron.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're definitely one of my.
If LeBron gets 2 more or wins this year, by Kobe. But Jordan's first.
Yeah. Jordan's a tough one. That's on that Mount Rushmore, but I think LeBron's a great player. Kobe was a great player too. It's going to be interesting for the upcoming NBA season. I think LeBron's going to have a little bit of a tougher road to go through.
I think LeBron's a better overall player than both of them, but
Yeah.
as far as greatness and like championships, I'll put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it that way. Yeah. I think LeBron reminds me more of Magic Johnson
Yeah.
than other than because he's a
LeBron is special. He's his own person.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. I think he's a once in generational player. It's one of those players that you'd be talking about for a lifetime.
Forever.
Like kids who didn't see him play or anything like
Forever.
that. Yeah. We'll be like those old guys always tell us about like, Bird and guys that we didn't get to see the play. And now we're going to be doing that when
Right.
we're 10, 30 years from now. Um, Favorite kind of music do you like to listen to?
Um, regular rap music.
Favorite artist?
My favorite artist is A Boogie.
A Boogie?
That's my nickname. Everybody knows that too.
Oh, that makes sense. It's in your profile on Instagram, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
nobody knows my old AAU coach, Josh. He gave me that name in like 8th grade, and that was before A Boogie even came out.
Really? How did he come up with that? Or you just said it, or?
He just said it, and it was catchy, and he called me that the whole year, and then my teammates started calling me that. So I was just every new team I played on, I was just like, call me A Boogie.
Oh, that's awesome. I like it. That's great.
Yep.
Now, what's your favorite thing to do outside of basketball?
I rarely get time outside of basketball, but probably just relaxing, playing video games, watching podcasts.
There you go. Hey, Brody, run
Yeah.
back your top podcast to watch now.
Yeah.
What video games do you play?
It's crazy. I'm a basketball player, but I hate 2K.
Why? Really? How come?
I hate 2K. It's so unrealistic.
Yeah.
But Modern Warfare and UFC are my favorite games.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Modern Warfare is a fun game. I haven't played a UFC game in a while.
Oh, it's the best.
Is it really? I'll have to
Yeah.
check it out. I'll have to buy one and check it out. All right.
Sure.
One last question. Do you have a favorite NFL team?
No, I hate watching football.
Do you really?
The last real football game I sat down and watched from first quarter to the last second was when the Steelers played the Packers in that championship.
Wow, that's crazy. That's
That
wild.
was the last football game I really watched from beginning to end.
That was like 2009, I think, or 2008.
Probably. I was young.
Oh, yeah, that was a while ago. Wow.
That's when I was playing football. Like that was when I first started playing football. And I was falling in love with it. So I was watching football all the time. But that was the last one.
Gotcha. Now it's more basketball you watch if you can watch it, you get a chance to. That's great. That's really cool. That's interesting too. I was kind of surprised by that. I never really expected that. Now, all right, one last question and we'll wrap it up. If there was a sport you could play outside of basketball, what would it be?
Well, would I have to like really dedicate myself and really want to be like, well, all right. So if I was to dedicate myself to a sport, and put my all into it and really want to play at the highest level of it, I'd probably say either football or boxing.
I tried boxing before. It's such a grueling sport, but it's so like rewarding at the same time.
I would say boxing because there's no team involved. It's you either win because of you or you lose because of you. So, and I have a lot of confidence in myself. So,
hey, they say boxing and basketball are the two closest for conditioning for sports and footwork as well too.
Yeah, that's why you see a lot of basketball players do like boxing workouts in the off season.
That's true. You see Nate Robinson's actually boxing tonight. I think actually.
Tonight.
Yeah. That's crazy. For I'd be interested.
He's a super athlete though.
Yeah. I mean,
he can do anything.
Yeah, it's true. He played football. Was a college football athlete, college basketball athlete. It's very, very rare that you get those two in one season, especially at Division I level. But Aireus, that's all I have for you today. Any questions for me or anything before we wrap it up?
I'm good. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can do this again.
Yeah, of course, man. Anytime that you want to come back on the show, we can talk some basketball, or if you guys have a season come up, would love to do a check-in with you after a couple of games or anything like that, and follow up with you then,
Right.
because I'm a big Aireus Raspberry fan, and what
Right.
he's going to be doing for Jay
Thank
Williams,
you.
and
Thank you. Thank you.
very, very happy to have you part of my alma mater as well too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of course, Aireus. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome.